Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Community and Sport Committee meeting for the 16th of September 2025. Just noting that all councillors are in attendance, other than the Mayor. Would anyone like to move a leave of absence? The Mayor? Is there already one in place? Didn't pick up on that in the last one.
Strictly speaking, it should have been moved per the run sheet at each committee, but yeah, Councillor Antonelli did note but didn't move, if my memory serves me correctly. It's okay though.
Well,
but yeah,
we
please.
run this committee to a higher standard.
Do you now? Okay.
Yes. I'll take Councillor Doyle as moving a leave of absence for the Mayor, seconded by Acting Mayor Jonik. Any discussion on that leave of absence? Being no discussion, I'll put it to the vote. Those in favour? That's unanimous and carried. Proceed to the acknowledgement of country. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and stories of proud people. Do any members today have any declarations of interest on the agenda? There being no declarations or business outstanding. I'll move to the confirmation of minutes. Does a member of the committee want to move the confirmation of the minutes? Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Augustine. Any discussion on those minutes this morning? Being no discussion, I'll proceed to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Our first officers report is the Customer Services Report Card 2024 to 2025. Are there any questions of the relevant officer on this report this morning? All right, I'll seek a mover for the one recommendation on the floor. Moved by Acting Mayor Jonik, seconded by Councillor Doyle. Any discussion on that report this morning? There being no discussion, I'll proceed to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Item 3 today is the Indigenous Accord Outcomes Report 2020 to 2025. Are there any questions this morning from the relevant officers on the report? No questions. I'll seek a mover from the floor. Moved by Councillor Martin and seconded by Councillor Madden. Any discussion on the Accord Outcomes Report today? All right. We'll proceed to the vote then. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Item 4 today is the Multicultural Advisory Committee report for the 28th of August meeting that we had. Councillor Augustine, did you want to move that? All right, I'll seek a seconder. Seconded by Councillor Doyle. Any discussion on that item this morning?
Thank you, through you, Chair. Just glad to see that a couple of the recommendations within the report are starting to be actioned, and we'll likely see a couple of more reports out of those recommendations as well. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Augustine. Any further discussion this morning? There being no discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Item 5 today is a report for the Libraries and Customer Services Advisory Committee on the 2nd of September 2025. Are there any questions of officers on this matter? There being no questions, I'll seek a mover from the floor. Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Martin. Any discussion? I should probably add, since I chair that, that we had a discussion on the programs and services offered by Ipswich Libraries across our council area, just as part of making sure that we're all across all of the details before we look at library decisions into the future. And I just wanted to commend the Libraries branch on the quality of that report. There was some really good data in there that gives an understanding that we may not have all had before that. So thank you for that report. Any further discussion? Being no further discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour? That's unanimous and carried. The next item today is item 6, the report for the Sport and Recreation Advisory Committee on the 2nd of September 2025. We had a discussion about the 2 livability projects at Tivoli and Redbank Plains Rec Reserve. and how we'll sort of manage those opportunities. Are there any questions of the officers on that report? All right, I'll seek a mover from the floor. Moved by Councillor Antonelli, seconded by Councillor Martin. Any discussion this morning? There being no further discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour of adopting? That's unanimous and carried. Moving on. Are there any general business items or notices of motion this morning? All right, I've got no matters arising, so I'll declare the meeting closed at 10:49 a.m. With the next meeting to start at 10:59.